Hello Leo, this is your extended reading. Okay. I feel like if you are dealing, before I even show the cards, if you are dealing with something that is really close to your heart, right? Because it's this very significant relationship, this significant other that is, causing you a little bit of just overwhelming feeling that you're struggling to find the words to communicate with them. The cards here in the extended are talking about you're going to receive, Leo, a little bit of help from the universe. So the first guidance, as this highlight that ended the first part about following your heart, about letting this heart burst open and express yourself however it comes true to your heart, independent of words, right? Expressing your emotions even without words, right? Just letting it spontaneously come through you. I feel like it can be very challenging, and I see this, but however big the challenge is, especially because it is clearly something that is extremely emotional, perhaps because it's touching upon a subject that is very, very delicate for you, that perhaps in the past it was, still wounding, or still wounded, or still painful. And I feel like you may be thinking, right, or while you're watching this reading, you are thinking about taking the sleep, right, and expressing your emotions. But I feel like whenever you feel like going, it's almost like, but and there is immediate fear that just surrounds you, really, Leo, about you thinking, what if they don't understand me? What if they don't get me? What if I cannot express myself? What if I don't even know what is going on, right? And it's okay. You don't need to know what's going on to go through this, right? Sometimes, and I should say, like, most of the times, we don't really, well, especially now, right? Since we had this great conjunction between Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, it's like most of the things that are now coming up, especially, through emotions, there has to be a little bit of time, right, where all of the pieces that are coming from this subconscious make sense, or start to make sense, because so far they are a little bit encoded, and it's okay if we don't understand now. Perhaps it will come a time, right, that you will understand. But I have to say, to be honest, I'm not seeing that you need to understand this right away, right now, Leo. It seems like I cannot even speak. It seems like it doesn't matter what you think right now. It only matters what you're feeling. And however you're feeling, you are going to be met by this partner, by this significant other. This person is going to feel you. If you're thinking, or if you're worried about whether they're not, whether they are or not going to understand you, it really doesn't matter, because it's not about understanding. At least not at this moment. It's almost like you're going through this roller coaster of emotions, and that is part of how things are supposed to develop right now, because it's like just life happening, right? And how life is supposed to move. It's like everything is going according to the plan, in a sense, right? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Sun. So everything is going to become a lot brighter. But there is still a fear in you, Leo, that you're thinking in the back of your mind, right? Perhaps with all of these subconscious fears that also are rising to the surface, that, you know, what if they don't understand? What if they, it's like perhaps that is something also that I'm going to talk about, you know, this initial card, right? We have the Three of Swords. And pretty much because we started with the Two of Swords in the first part, with the Three of Swords here, Leo, I have to say that this card is coming through as like this secondary or even third argument that you're trying to, you know, bury yourself with. It's like you are trying to surround yourself with reasonable or logical arguments that, you know, would make sense to you, or you would think that they would be, you know, comfortable enough for you to keep a distance from having to tackle this subject that is very, very sensitive and very delicate to you, right? Perhaps there is this wounding or this very hidden pain in your heart, right? If we think of the traditional Three of Swords, that you don't want to look at. And I understand it. It is super, super delicate. And it could be very triggering, right? Especially emotionally triggering, because sometimes if we try to control the way that you're trying to control your emotions, like instead of healing, right? It's like you're running in circles and you're keeping this wound open in a sense. But if you burst your heart open, right, it's like you're going to expel all of these arrows, all of these swords that are still in there, right? It's like you have to have the courage, and that is where it's like you forget about arguments, forget about reason, forget about saying the right words. Let yourself loose, let yourself be spontaneous however you want to express it, even though, you know, it might come as a very, like an ugly cry. Is that how you say it? Like, let it go. Let, you know, the tears run down your face, even though it will ruin your makeup. It doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't matter what this person thinks, because to be honest, I feel like they will understand you even better than you are anticipating, right? We have the Six of Pentacles. So if this isn't the card of a true equal relationship, you know, in a real human, very day-to-day, very just earthy kind of lifestyle way, I don't know what is, because this Six of Pentacles, you know, it's pentacles first and foremost. It's like, it is something that is very just a regular human life, right? We're not, well, we have three major arcana following this, but whatever situation that you're going through right now, it seems like it's very minor in comparison to everything that is going on. Or actually, like, since so much is coming to the surface from this subconscious, right? It's like, let these emotions flow, because there is a beautiful give and take. It's like, it's not just one-sided. If you're worried that they're not feeling you, it's like they are, right? And once you let it flow, it's like you will feel like, even it's like what I'm feeling now that I'm trying to put into words, which is a little bit tricky, right? Because perhaps it's what you were trying to do also. But it's like, you know, that peace in you when things are balanced, when things are working, when things are flowing naturally. It's like it gives you this inner peace, right? It's almost like this calmness. It's like, instead of surrounding yourself with arguments and logic and reasonable things that would put you and you put this distance between you and this person, it's like you are keeping yourself in a very it's like, it's giving me like chills, but you know, the weird kind of chills, you know, when you, it's like whenever you try to lie to someone, it's like you can never lie to yourself, and like your consciousness knows it. So it's like all of these, you know, swords are, you know, the hairs of your arms, and you know, the neck, right? It's like standing up because you are not even convincing yourself, right, with the arguments that you're trying to present to this other. And you know, even less so to this person, because they truly feel you. And so once you give voice to your heart, but without words, let it express however it comes, it's like these swords, right, or these arguments will fall away, and things will become less aggressive, or less like irritative. Is that a word? It's like I can find the word, but you know, just the difference in your inner state, right? The calmness of letting go of something that was hurting you, but you were keeping yourself in this loop, right? And with something so basic as, you know, just washing the dishes, or just cleaning your room, or you know, just having a conversation that you expose yourself to the fullest, right? You're not holding anything back. You are not worried about, you know, having a beautiful face when you're crying your hearts out. It's like when you are truthful to what you're feeling, to what is inside your heart, it's like the sense of peace, and like everything falling in their place, right, between you and this person. It's going to come to this inner, it's like it's going to come to this peaceful state, like especially like the inner feeling that everything around you in this mundane sense, right, of the pentacles, it's like it is going to feel okay. It is going to feel calm again, right? And here, the interesting thing is that following the Six of Pentacles, we actually have the Wheel of Fortune. But the Wheel of Fortune is actually in the same position as in the first part, we saw the Emperor. And so the circular shape is still here. But look at this difference. So after the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Chariot here in the extended. And in the first part, we saw that following the Emperor, we had the Seven of Swords. So the interesting thing here in comparison, which I feel like it's this change of hearts in the sense that you are no longer suppressing yourself or lying to yourself, even though it's like, it doesn't need to be on purpose. It could be like this self-protection mechanism, right? Or even to protect the relationship or the other, right? Or not to make a fool of yourself in front of somebody that you truly love and that you want to, you know, be respected. And so perhaps you're feeling like you should, you know, present this mature, now this Emperor is coming through with the message of, you know, with reasonable arguments, you will show this image of a mature person, but that is not really the case because they feel you and they know that there is something going on. And so here, the switch that is going on is that whenever you surrender to your heart, even though you don't have the right words to properly express what you're feeling, it's like just surrender to this wisdom, to this cosmic wisdom. And now it's not, it's interesting because I was going to say wisdom, but now the word that came through is like cosmic weaving. Let the cosmic weave through your heart and express it naturally. It's like this Chariot is coming through as movement and expression and this spontaneous thing, right, that is going to come through you. It's almost like whatever you're holding inside and that is, you know, receiving this cosmic weaving potential or power, it's almost like you will know what to do, right? It's almost like that that instantaneous, it's almost like channeling, right? It's like once you open the gate, it comes naturally, it flows spontaneously. So this wheel here, which is, you know, this cosmic weaving, right? This cosmic intelligence, the wisdom that the universe holds, it's like you are going to feel, right, with this wheel here, it's like that is going to push you and it's going to move you in the right direction that is cosmically very wise, but also very connected. It's coming through with this weaving image. It's almost like whenever you don't know where to go, especially because we started, right, with you avoiding to, you know, just talk about it or see it, right, or confront it. It's like once you let your destiny guide you, once you let the universe take a hold of the wheel, right, that is conducting this chariot, is like you will know how to express, you will know how to shine your light. It's like it will come naturally, right? We have the sun. So all of these cards, right, we have 3 major arcana in a row that are talking about how something so mundane that will bring you an immediate relief, I want to say, or an immediate sense of inner peace, and balance and calmness, right? It's almost like you're trying to create all of these arguments that are just polluting your energy, right? And just creating this havoc. I don't even know what that word means, but it's just what I heard now. Havoc? Is that a word? Okay. So in the most regular day-to-day thing, activity, whatever it is, all of this is happening. And you are coming on the other side of it brighter than ever. It's like shining your light to the fullest. It's like when you let the universe guide you, right, and take the wheel in a sense, you are going to move towards happiness, towards feeling good again, towards shining your truest light. Shining your truest light. And in a way that, okay, so this is all you, right? This is all you. So I have to say there is a little bit of a distinction here of what your fear was that feels very, it's almost like this, right? Your fear was minor, right? Represented by the minor kind of the 7 of Swords, and actually the opportunity to, it's almost like transcend this running in circles, right? Coming full circle with the just the attempt to excuse yourself or to justify yourself or to create arguments that are reasonable even for you or for a partner, right? There is no way around it, but something so minor is actually having a really great effect. And to you, this is a perception that perhaps you were concerned about of how this other person would react, right? Because all of this is going on with you and is very grand. It is very, it's almost like really channeling for the first time, right? When you are in a really deep meditation that you cannot help but cry or laugh or just express naturally, or just, you know, dance and sing, or, you know, cry your hearts out. It's like it's like not holding back with something that is, you know, dogma or moral related, right? Or this picture perfect image that you have to be mature. It's like just allow this weaving to naturally cross you, right? To go through you. It's like you are going to be pushed in the direction of your greatest expansion, is what I just heard. Greatest expansion, but it's like your brightest light, right? And so all of this is going on internally, but in connection to this universal cosmic beauty, intelligence, wisdom, right? What happens next, which I feel like it's almost when you allow yourself to express naturally, fully, with no filter towards this person, this person will, it's like they're going to meet you halfway. They're going to, it's almost like they are presenting themselves as vulnerable as you are because of these two cards. So we have the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Well, this card, you know, the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, usually they are coming, you know, recently at least, as this path of flowers, this very beautiful path of recently blooming flowers, right? But since we have two, right, in the middle, this is where this meeting in the middle is going to occur. However you express yourself, and however big that expression might be, that, you know, may get you by surprise, I want to say, right? It's like you are not expecting to be so effusive. Is that a word? It's like very expressive, or very, like, just so bright. It's like it's coming through as big, right? Something very big. They are going to understand you, because they do understand you. It's like since the beginning, right? It was very clear. It's like they feel you. They know that you cannot lie to them, essentially, because they see your heart for what it is. It's almost like they were seeing your truest heart even before you could see it, because you were trying to show them this image of a perfect partner, or however you saw yourself, you know, in this relationship, and creating arguments that were just distancing you from them. But when you decide that expressing emotions are just way beyond words, right? You don't need the perfect words. It's like you allow yourself to walk this path that is just so beautiful. It's like just this path is coming through as, you know, the vulnerable path. The path of vulnerability. So it's both, right? Whoever comes to this path, it is going to enjoy the beauty of it, but it's also like putting themselves, you and your partner, in this very raw, open place, right? And they are responding with the Knight of Cups, which, if you are, well, if you think, Leo, that you have to be very mature because you are in a mature relationship, and this person, you know, seems like they are also a mature person, and you want to rise to meet them, right? And you're afraid that if you show them that you don't know everything, that you don't have the words to express the grandiosity of what is going on with you, right? And you're afraid that they're not going to understand you. It's like, to be honest, when both of you come to this path of vulnerability, to this vulnerable path, it's like you are undressing, right? Both of you are undressing yourselves from the expectations of one another. Although I'm not seeing that they had expectations over you, right? It's more like you over them, or you over yourself. I have to be, you know, very clear and distinctive here, because the fear of coming clean and coming open to this person, perhaps it's because you were judging yourself, right? But because now you see the power of your light, in a sense, right? And you were moving with such, well, I was going to say with this surrendering, but I just heard with serenity. It's like you, because everything is now peaceful, right? Because you let all the wounds show, right? It's like you're no longer creating the arguments to justify yourself or to hide yourself, right? And avoid touching the most delicate subject. And so in this path of vulnerability, it's like they are learning too. It's like both of you, right? The Page and the Knight, you are not coming through as the king or the queen, right? Even though the Emperor came here, but it came through with, you know, this picture perfect image of maturity, but also this figure of, you know, just the completion, or the coming full circle message that I received. So both of you have a lot to learn, right? And the the more vulnerable both of you are, which I feel like you perhaps have to, you know, just take down your swords more than this person. It's like there is a little bit of coming undone, like, you know, truly like undressing yourself from expectations, from illusions, from justifications, from arguments, from whatever it is, because they are showing themselves also as somebody that is learning, right? Both of you are. It's like this relationship between you is supposed to teach you and to help both of you grow, right? So when they respond with such love, but also such vulnerability to, you know, saying like, just with a hug, right? It's like they don't need to express themselves. It's like they are there for you, and being there for you with such openness. It's like, you know, that there is room for growth for the both of you and for this third thing, which is the relationship, right? So Leo, let's see what the astrological runes have to add as a final guidance for you. Just because I was talking about the great conjunction between Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So here he is, Neptune, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So, you know, everything that I talked about, so many emotional things, dreams, understandings, ideas, concepts, whatever it is, you know, wisdom or wounds or everything that was hidden in the subconscious is now time to resurface, because there is purpose in knowing everything that was not known or was not seen or was not perceived, right? Because it was so subtle that it could be, you know, easily missed. But because everything is now so much more sensitive, right? It's like our antennas, especially you, right, with your heart antenna, you know, switched on and to the maximum. It's like you are capable, Leo, of feeling and letting all of the emotions flow through you. So realize that. Learn with your emotions. Learn this new language that is wanting to come through you, and it can come in so many different ways, right? It doesn't need words, right? You can express yourself creatively. You can make something. You can clean. You can make art. You can write a poem, right? You can use words. Words are a beautiful thing also, but they're just one way, right, of expressing. So learn these other subtle languages that your spirit, your soul, your heart wants to communicate, and surrender to it, right? Surrender to the cosmic weaving that you are being guided by, truly. So that was lovely, actually, and it was, you know, a confirmation to me of, you know, how sometimes letting just all of the emotions talk, right, for you, it's the best thing, right? Instead of worrying if you're going to be understood or not. And I understand you know, this fear is really, really human, so I can relate to that. So, you know, I'm sending just my love to you, Leo. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope this was insightful, or just comforting for you if you're going through this situation. Yeah, take care. Okay, bye.